10 of them. I don't follow trends, I swing the pendulum. If the bag good, I'm gonna give her some. Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. Never lied in my rhymes, you can go ask Jennifer. That's my mom's name. I create and find change. My mind frame ensures that forever I reign.
You spent your whole life trying to blow up, but Elohim never had time for donuts. The beat go ham, no time for cold cuts. The game like big pitch came to Jonah. Yeah, I'm still independent, ain't sold a million records yet. Used to be on my checklist, big diamonds don't need a necklace. Look, we built the sound like it's double speed Tetris. I cannot build without God in it. We built the sound, you can't copy this. I never brag, it's just confidence. I never rap for your compliments. I wrote this one for the indie grind. If you ain't signed on the dotted line, can't buy my soul with no dollar signs. The industry so full of troglodytes. I don't follow trends. Say that with my chest. No, I will not bend. Gang time in it. I don't follow trends. Say that with my chest. I will not bend. Run it up, 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 run it up. You gotta put in that work, dog. I put the kingdom first. I know that you gotta wait for your turn sometimes to build something really sustainable. Work on your catalog, so the day that you finally pop off, you'll see it's not just a once off. You put in time, the harvest is ready, it's ripe. I thank God for the payment, that's a solid foundation. When I finally make it, I'll give God all the praises. G.O.D. who conquered evil forces. I don't trust in chariots or fortresses. Yeah, I walk by faith. I don't follow trends. Say that with my chest. No, I will not bend. Gang time in it. I don't follow trends. Say that with my chest. I will not bend.
Some of those in the silver-haired community would say it's a great day for golf, and it is, don't get me wrong, but we say it's a great day for football, and the roof is wide open here in Glendale at State Farm Stadium. Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Arizona Cardinals. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down. Well, this defense for the Chargers, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
In today's NFL, when you talk about goals for defenses, and you think that maybe you'd like to hold them under 14 points or so, we think our offense can usually get 17 to 20, so that's a reasonable goal. But when you hold a team under 100 yards of total offense, you're going to win 99 times out of 100. And the one game you lose, you'll know who to blame.
7 yards there and a first down. The Cardinals hit 9-2 to start play. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Herbert setting up to throw on first down. Open man downfield is Duvernay. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That one goes for 30 yards. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. Does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. On first down, it's Herbert. And incomplete on the deep ball.
It certainly looks like they still have some fight in them on this series, because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Herbert off of play action. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary, all of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, Herbert. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the Chargers are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. So that run there, yeah, I don't know if it's overstating things to call it a thing of beauty, but in terms of football plays, that's as good as you're going to see. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. So the completion good for 7 there, and that will bring up second down. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field, all they're thinking is finish this drive off, because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
Now Mahomes. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Devontae Smith, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Chargers take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. McManus's point after is good, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving. This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 2nd and 11 now. Herbert. Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Azeez Ojulari in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive. Come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
First down, and it's Pollard again. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside.
Herbert has it knocked free. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Now it's Herbert. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable third down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Herbert operating from the red zone. And this is caught at the 8. And the Cardinals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Irv Smith Jr. from 4 yards out. And the Cardinals are an extra point away from evening this one up. No problem there on the extra point. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Charger drive about to get going. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 40.
Oh, that was a pretty route right there because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Rayshawn Jenkins picks it off, and the Cardinals are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
Herbert's throw there taken in by Smith. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That's good for 28 yards.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
On the drop. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And this is recovered by the Chargers.
Do you remember in preseason we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and, you know, guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. On 2nd and goal, Herbert toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Now Herbert, 3rd and goal. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. Well, they got the turnover, and were able to drive it down, Charles, but ultimately, in the end, the defense holds up, and they only come away with the 3 points.
Yeah, they gave up a lot of ground, but when they had to, they settled in and prevented the interception from leading to 6 points. Because you never want to see turnovers turn into any type of points against you, but better to give up 3 than 6.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Charger drive about to get going. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that worked. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Mahomes now to throw. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, they got a takeaway on the last drive with an interception. How about this sack as a terrific follow-up? And that keeps pressure on this offense, and it could force them into more rushed decisions or another turnover.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Zadarius Smith in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7 our score. So on 4th down, on is the punter Ryan Wright. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Taken from just outside the 30. 54 yards on the punt there, 15 on the return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
The Cardinal passing game dialed in now. 1st down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. And this one is right through. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So they're able to win that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Charger drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
But he continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. And these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
After the sack on 1st down, Mahomes. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On play action, it's Mahomes. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Brandon Ayuk in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chargers have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead into the locker room. And now we'll get a late timeout. as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. Now McManus for the extra point. And this puts them on top by a penny. It's 14-13.
Makes the score. Chargers 14, Cardinals 13. Brandon McManus set to kick off.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. So a very tight first half. We head to break in a one-point game. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. From his end zone, Isaiah McKenzie. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic.
Trying for Ayuk, but it's intercepted. It's Tariq Castro Fields who picked it. And the Cards are going to take possession of the football. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result. Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Now they'll have it first and goal following that gain of 17.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up first and goal.
And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Tony Pollard, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals have retaken a third quarter lead. And they'll have Herbert try and throw for it. And this will be caught as they convert here for 2. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try, and they able to convert the Chargers.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
The Charger drive about to get going. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
I have a few questions about that throw because to me there just wasn't a lot there. I thought he tried to do a little bit too much, almost tried to will a receiver open when there was no chance he was going to be. Nice job by the linebacker being all over that one and knocking it away.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. Hit as he throws there. Incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Here's Pollard again. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down. Justin Herbert looking to pass. That's taken in by Duvernay. On the move past the 40. Touchdown, Cardinals. Devin Duvernay, 72 yards. And the Cardinals have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Point after, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Set now to kick this one away, and off we go. McKenzie now from his end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result that he opted for the touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. It's a gain of 34.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Throwing now is Mahomes. It's caught. Smith. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
Back to the running game with Swift. And they'll get him down right around the 16. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
From the gun on third down, Mahomes. And it'll be intercepted. And the Cardinals are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here, maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
And this is going to be a Cardinals first down as he gets us up past the 30 to the 32. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
In motion goes the tight end. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by DeMonte Kazin. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, third quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Phoenix, Arizona's the spot. Glad to have you along for the ride. Third quarter action and a 2nd and 10 upcoming. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
So third down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. And the attempt at 3 will have to come from the other end of the field as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good, and this will remain a 2-touchdown game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one. Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Darqueze Dennard. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
Extra point from McManus is good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And now this fourth quarter becoming very interesting. That pick six makes this a one-score game. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how aggressive they choose to be. Herbert has it knocked free. And the field position doesn't get much better than this. They'll have it first and goal at the 8-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the fourth, a costly turnover. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. He's having a big game running the football, but that will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Brandon Ayuk, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this fourth quarter. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. On 1st and 10, Herbert. Open man is Duvernay. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On 1st down, Justin Herbert. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. It got his man complete. A huge play there for Arizona. 52 yards. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or two in this situation.
2nd down and goal. Herbert. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the stick.
He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. CeeDee Lamb. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Cardinals answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the fourth. Extra point up and through. And they will take the 7-point lead. Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. Fielded just outside the goal line. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
They will run straight ahead with Swift. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 119 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Mahomes going to throw. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Here's Swift. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Now Mahomes. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. Devontae Smith, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Herbert. That one complete down the field to Smith. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. In motion, the tight end. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Herbert gonna throw. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one good for 26 and a first down. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Going to run again here with Pollard. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Herbert going to keep it on his sneak. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And his kick here is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. So there was a little meat on that ball, a little more like chip shot considering the circumstances, but he's able to bang it home in what should be the game winner.
And the key was getting him into a good position to kick from. I mean, if that's a 52-yarder, you're going to have some anxious moments, but kickers nowadays, you give them anything under 40, and they're automatic.
The Charger drive about to get going. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.
Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner. Although on that last play they were so backed up, it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded because we've seen the improbable before. A couple laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end. They might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though, it didn't happen. Perhaps next time.
So for the Cards, they continue to be one of the best teams around as they move to 10-2. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Chargers,